Nah, nope. Profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversations so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. 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 Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live with Liteskin Lou. Today, y'all, we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. But before we get started, I would like to thank last week's guest, young pro prospect Devon Todd Williams, for stopping by and showing love, and also thanking you guys for your continued support. So continue to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now that that's all out the way, let me introduce this young man. This young man is off to a very, very hot start. 6-0, 3 KOs, and fresh off a 6-round unanimous decision this past Saturday on ESPN. And he's about to continue to do more damage in the near future. Straight from Brownsville, New York, y'all. He is none other than Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. That's one hell of an introduction right there.
Hey, look, you know, us light-skinned brothers, we do what we got to do to get what we got to get done. You know what I'm saying? But no, Shu Shu, I want to start out, man. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you on your engagement, and also
thank you,
and also congratulating you on your unanimous decision over Juan Antonio Lopez this past Saturday.
Thank you, appreciate that, man. Thank you. Man, a lot of things going on lately, man. Just from the start of my career, just the whole year of 2022, just from the very first fight of my pro career, a lot has just been happening, and I'm just highly blessed.
That's right. You are highly blessed, because I've been following you for the last, I'm gonna tell you, Shu Shu, this is the first time I've ever been put in this position. I've been following like a ghost, because your older cousin, Ron, and if you in here, special shout out to my man, Ron. That's one of my best friends, man. He's been telling me about you since you first put the gloves on. So I found myself looking at something like a ghost. I never met you, but I just was following your career. So I got so many questions up here, Shu Shu. I got like 50,000 questions. And I know we're not going to get to all of them today, but guess what? We're going to shoot for the moon, man. First of all, I want to start off by just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into boxing.
Man, well, you know, I actually got into boxing because I used to get like picked on when I was like younger, because I was always like a kid that, you know, never really got into no problems, no issues. They were a nice kid, scrawny kid, short kid, and people that was taller than me, bigger than me, older than me try to bully me and stuff. But I used to beat up the bullies that tried to bully me though. You know, I used to put hands on them and stuff like that. And my dad never like saw that side of me, because in the house he even seen like I'm just, you know, chill and playful. So he was like, what the heck, my little Shu Shu, he's beating up these big kids. So he put me in the gym. And mind you, you know, we was watching boxing all the time anyway, because from where we from, Brownsville, Mike Tyson's from there, Zap Judah, Daniel Jacobs, Riddick Bowe, Shannon Briggs. It was just a thing to watch boxing from over there. And when I went inside the gym, I can just remember it being like all just sweaty and it's just funky, and everybody's just hitting the bag, just grunting, But it was something like, yo, this is like a crazy environment that I've never experienced before. I mean, obviously I was only 7 years old at the time, but you know, it was just something that really just it shocked me. And then also I'm seeing guys like Curtis Stevens. He was coming up in the ranks undefeated at the time. It was just like, all right, like, oh, Zap, I see Curtis Stevens on TV. He's in the gym that I'm in right now. It gave me more motivation to keep going to the gym over and over. And then I noticed how easily I was learning things. Like I was adapting very fast to learning boxing. And then there was a kid that was in there that started around the same time that I did. He and I started sparring probably about like 2 months in of us training, and I beat him up so bad he never came back to the gym. Like, I was fearless, bro. I was in there weaving. Like, nobody taught me how to move my head at the time. I was in there ducking like Mike Tyson, coming up with 3, 4, 5 combos, just coming in there fearless, and I showed so much heart. That is when I knew that it was something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Like, you could go in my elementary school yearbook, like I noticed, like, it said what I want to be when I grow up, and it was just like, I want to be a professional boxer. Like,
I remember
there was
that.
nobody that was telling me that I wasn't going to do that. I don't care how many people that doubted me throughout all of the years that I've grown up. Oh, you should do this, do that. I want to be a professional boxer. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. And there was nothing that was going to get me off that track.
Yeah, hey Shu Shu, man, you have quite a career, man. Like I said, I've been
Thank you,
following
man.
the Ghost because your cousin Ron, man, he been telling me about you since I've been telling him about my brothers, former 2-time champ Lamont Peterson and Anthony
Yeah,
Peterson. We was telling boxing stories, and it's funny because me and Ron never really boxed, but we just knew we had people who was in our life who was doing something big in boxing, man.
right.
That's big because that's telling you that you doing something special
Thank you.
to a level of signing with top ranked boxing, man. You
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
you had a fight on ESPN last Saturday, man. You know, me and Kiki, we watched that. Shu Shu, I want you to know that we watched it, and we watched you because it's really cool to watch a young guy come through the ranks and do his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But to do it on a level of signing with top rank in ESPN, fighting on ESPN. Walk us through that whole experience, man.
I mean, well, to be honest, the best thing, it's the best move that I could have made, honestly, in terms of, like, just starting off, especially because the main thing I wanted to have was exposure. When you're coming out the game, the best thing for you to do as a young fighter is getting that exposure. People want to worry about the money and stuff like that. Listen, money and stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, if that's what you want to go for, that's cool. But your exposure from right now, the exposure is the money. The exposure is going to get you, a lot of different perks and a lot of different sponsorships and a lot of different, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? And you get a good performance, look, a good knockout. One of my knockouts got put on SportsCenter top 10. That crazy exposure is going on. This guy, man, his name is Jonathan something. He just made a whole, like, step by step on how I did this knockout, and it's been going viral, and he shared it on my page, and there's been over a million views on the video, and it's stuff like that gets you in certain places and certain eyes, or get to see you, and it's very important for you to get that. Like, it's cool if you, like, my dad always told me, you can have the best burger on the block, but McDonald's is gonna outsell you every single day because of their popularity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Nobody knows how good you are, because that's not gonna mean anything. You could be great, and if nobody knows who you are, it's not gonna mean anything. So I kind of use that same, blueprint when it comes to the game of boxing, and ESPN was just the best move. To Top Rank was just the best move to go with, because they have that ESPN partnership. That was the best move for me, honestly.
That answered one of my questions, because I wanted to know what made you choose to go with Top Rank.
Yeah. Like, obviously, it was a no-brainer for me. And also, just aside from the partnership with ESPN, if you notice, out of all the major, like the big three, now I like to call them DAZN, PBC, Top Rank, out of all three of them, the one that stand through the test of time is Top Rank. Like, if you notice, Top Rank was the very first one to have fights in the bubble during quarantine. They were the first ones on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Now, even after that, look who's producing all of these fights on a consistent basis. Top Rank. They have me scheduled. They have me fighting like four. They had me scheduled fighting 5 times last year. My opponent, he dropped out in December, so I wasn't able to fight. But they had me scheduled 5 times this year, 4 times, like 5 times last year, 4 times this year. It's a thing that they're just active. That activity is something that I really wanted. And me, I love fighting, bro. Like I hate not fighting. PBC, like they don't have as much shows anymore. The Zone, same thing. They don't have as much shows. And then also, if you notice, they don't show that many undercard fights. Like ESPN is gonna show you from fight 1 all the way to the main event. You know, whether you have ESPN Plus or like, they're gonna show that. You don't have that when it comes to PBC. You don't have that when it comes to the Zone. Well, I believe the Zone shows the first fights, but it's just they're super expensive to watch now. It's like it's so many hurdles that you got to get to watch a person fight. You don't have to deal with ESPN and Top Rank.
Yeah, and that was a quick turnaround time too, from when you were supposed to fight in December, I think it was, and then right now they just got you right back in the ring, just like that.
Yeah. I think they already had that date locked down for January 18th, so it was more so just like just put him in because he's already done his training camp. He's already ready to fight. Just give him these extra couple weeks, and just put him in the ring. Because it wasn't really much for me. It wasn't much else for me to do. It was just stay in shape and just spar a little bit more, a few weeks, and that was really it. To be honest, I was ready since December.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna tell you, Shu Shu. I'm gonna tell you, man. I felt some kind of way, man, because guess what? I went to the store. I got my favorite drinks, my favorite foods, and all that, and we was locked in, Shu Shu, to watch your fight, man. And when they told me that shit, man, let me tell you, Shu Shu, I was so mad. And Kiki, she can vouch for this, Shu Shu. I was so mad because Kiki called me when I was on my way back. She was like, "Hey, cancel Shu Shu fight." I was like, Shu Shu, I felt some kind of way. And then when I seen your father and I seen how you looked, like you was just so disgusted, man, because
I was out of it, man. I was out of it.
It was like a play-in, right?
So let me tell you what happened. So, we walk in, we getting ready for the weigh-ins and stuff like that, but we got to do our physicals and see the doctors right before it starts. So everybody's doing their thing, everybody going in. I'm probably one of the last ones to even arrive to do everything, to do my physicals. I go in, do my physicals, everything's good, everything checked up. Yeah, I'm good. Now there's like a curtain where everyone is at, all the media and stuff like that. It's a curtain separating that and from where the physicals are. So before I walk out the curtains, my dad, he's on the phone, and I'm seeing him looking upset. So I'm all in that good mood. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Yo, what's wrong? You good? He like, you not fighting. I'm like, yo, stop playing. Don't play like that. Why you say? Why you playing? Don't say that. That's not a joke. Don't joke like that. He said, no, I'm dead serious. And in his face, when he said I'm dead serious, I didn't question it after that, because it's not something you joke about. I'm just like, what you mean I'm not fighting? What's wrong? What happened? I go outside, I open the curtains, and cameras just right there, right in front of my face. I'm just like, what the heck was going on? And then the dude, my opponent, he came in and he explained to me how he had a busted eardrum since the week before fight week. And he actually, and then the physicians, they saw it and they didn't let him fight. See, the thing is though, I got knowledge afterwards that he knew that he had that issue and went to the doctor, and then the doctor told him that he wasn't fit to fight, but he tried to get so he can get by. You know what I'm saying? But New York State Athletic Commission, they're the strictest.
They don't play that. They don't play that shit.
They don't play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that was the case, because if he would have went in there with that injury, and then I would have done something even worse and getting even further. Thank you, Sherelle. I appreciate it.
Special shout out to Sherelle. That's right.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, if you would have got any further injuries in that fight, man, I would have felt super bad. If anything would have happened, bro. This is why I explained to him. I'm like, bro, this is our job. This is not our life. You know what I'm saying? This is
I like that.
our life goes more goes further than his boxing, bro. Like, you know, we gotta, you know, to make sure we take care of our family, go home, and, you know, have all our faculties, you know, and just set. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to make sure we have everything just set. You know, and be healthy. This journey's nothing to play with, and I really just want him to be able to, you know, have that in mind and not always just have a warrior mentality. And listen, man, have it,
Right,
but
right.
come on. At the end of the day, you gotta really think about it. That's why Mayweather was the way he was. Like, he was like, listen, I'm doing all of this. I'm fighting the way how I fight, making sure I'm 100% healthy, and I'm getting up out of there. You know, he has a life outside of boxing. You know, so that's kind of what I just wanted to explain to him and let him realize, like,
you made that sound real good, Shu Shu. But I know you, since the last
There
2
you go.
years, you was mad. Hey, look, he giving y'all the Disney version.
Hey.
He giving y'all the Disney version.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yo, when he came up to me telling me why he couldn't fight, I wanted to rock it off him. I swear. That it took everything out of me. Not to just punch him in his face. I ain't gonna lie. It took everything out of me.
I got pictures in my phone, Shu Shu. I got pictures in my phone of your face when your father had to go and make that PSA.
Yeah, when his father was talking, he was just like,
man.
He was looking like a pit bull who been let out the kennel and told he wasn't about to go fight. I'm telling you, but
man,
no,
I was upset.
Real talk, man. Like you said, Shu Shu, you've been in the game for almost 20 years. Stuff like this happens, and knowing that you got a brand behind you like Top Rank and ESPN, knowing that you're going to be able to get another fight somewhere down the line, what you did, you got a fight, I guess, a month later. You was able to do that. So I'm pretty sure that kind of calmed the storm to some degree.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I definitely didn't want to wait too long to fight again. So I was happy that I was given the opportunity to just, you know, we get right back in January in the next month. So it definitely did calm the storm. I am expected to fight again in April. Nothing set in stone yet, but you know, we're looking at April again. And yeah, man, like, you know, we just trying to, like, you know, do the most that we can in terms of, like, you know, being successful and staying active, man. Like, you know, as long as my opponents continue to be healthy and come in without any ear injury or whatever, any sickness or whatever, you know, we're gonna be ready each and every time, man. Each and every time we're gonna be ready.
I love it, man. Every once in a while, Shu Shu, I mean, you 6 fights in, right?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you never know when it's going to come. Your fortitude is tested. I look at the fight. I forget what fight it was, but you injured your hand. I think it was Jose Arguello.
Yeah.
You hurt your hand.
Yeah.
Shu Shu, you showed a lot of fortitude, man. You fought with one hand, and you were still able to get the unanimous. People don't look at it. People just look at victories, L's, and W's. I look at it a little different. I look at what the fighter was put through, the fortitude that he showed throughout the fight. I felt like you dug down deep, knowing that, okay, I got a worthy opponent in front of me, and you was able to, I guess, go to plan B with one hand. Walk us through that experience.
Man, it was honestly something that I never really expected to happen in the ring, but it's something that I prepared myself for, you know, time and time in camp. Me and Coach K, we sometimes in sparring would spar guys that's, like, you know, very talented, but, you know, in between breaks, he was like, yo, Shu, all right, so this round, I just want you to use your left hand. He know he didn't. My opponent, my farm partner won't know what I'm doing. You know, he's like, yo, just, you know, hide the fact that you're only using your left hand by doing little feints with your right at times, tapping with the right a little bit, but use your left hand to its fullest extent. Okay, switch it up. We're gonna only do right hand this time. Okay, switch it up. We're not gonna get hit this whole round this time. And, like, it's little things that we work on this whole in training camp. So when that happened, it wasn't like, you know, I was just in panic mode. It wasn't like, you know, I didn't have any type of plan B. So I was fully prepared for that moment. When that happened, I'm like, man, I was upset that it happened. It is what it is. But then I was like, okay, now I get to show, you know, what else is in my toolbox. What, you know, more of a arsenal I have. You know, and I was happy that the fact that my fans in the crowd, they enjoyed it, because I honestly was worried about it. Top Rank, they kept putting me up like, oh, highlight reel, Shu Shu, knockout. He got 3 knockouts in a row. Da, da, da. So I'm like, man, I don't get this knockout, bro. Everybody gonna be mad at me. Gonna start booing me. Call me
You
a born
still did
fighter.
your thing. You still did.
But yeah, and I was happy that everybody enjoyed it. I really, I like the fact that people enjoy just me fighting and not just this knockouts. Like, I don't want to be labeled as no knockout fighter. Like, I'm way more than a knockout fighter. You watch me fight, I want to show, like, just the art. Like, I want everybody to appreciate the art that I bring to the table. Like, they call the ring, the floor, they call it a canvas for a reason. Like, that's our, place of, what we paint. That's our art, bro. Like, the boxing is our art. So it's kind of like, that's kind of how I look at it. So I really appreciate everybody that like that performance and any other performance I have coming forward.
That's right. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all just getting in here, man, guess what? We in here chopping it up with Brownsville's own, man, Shu Shu Carrington, man. He has blessed us with his presence today. I'm so delighted to have this young guy on the channel, man. Special shout out to Ernest Wills, man, Sherelle, Jamal Hill, everybody becoming 25, people dropping their comments in the comment section. But Shu Shu, I believe in caring. I believe in sharing. Sharing is caring. So I'm about to share the floor with the young, lovely Kiki. She got like a million questions for you. So Kiki, have at it.
Well, I just have a few questions, and then I'm gonna get some out the chat. But I was watching the Brownsville Born movie, your documentary.
Okay. Oh, you doing your homework, I see.
Yeah. So it was a good documentary.
She cried.
One of the things I wanted to know from there is, was there ever a point in your life, after your brother passed away, where you wanted to give up, or was that just was it more motivation for you to keep going?
No, it was definitely more motivation, but honestly, if I'm gonna keep it 100, I definitely had moments after that. After he passed, I wanted to give up, because around that time that he passed, honestly, I still was struggling with accepting the fact that I wanted to box for me. Like, it was, I was doing it to appease my dad for most part of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the sport, I love fighting, but in terms of making a career into something that I truly love, it was something that I can't say that. I was just more so just going to tournaments and going as far as I could with pure talent. I wasn't really working that hard. I was just taking it for a joke, honestly. And it was like, I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. Like, there's certain tournaments that I wouldn't win because I was just playing myself and not really training as hard. And it would frustrate me because I'm thinking that I'm doing enough the whole time. I'm not doing anything. And then I finally had like a real turnaround when I lost this one tournament. So for guys like me, if you have like a name in amateur boxing, a tournament that lasts about 5 days or whatever, 5 or 6 days, you don't lose on the first day. Like, that is like utter, like, bro, you're all of the guys that's supposed to lose on the first day lose on the first day. I lost on the first day to a dude that I really knew that I could beat. And I'm just sitting there just like, yo, did I plateau? Is this it for me? Like what is it? Like, and I was just questioning myself so much. And I actually took some time off for the sport. I took about 5-6 months off, which at first I thought I was going to just like have a little break. But then that started to evolve into, man, I don't want to do this at all. I don't want to hear nothing about boxing. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to see no fights. I really started to not like it.
Wow.
And it was something that I really started to look at as just like, man, like, I just hated it after a while, because it's just like, I'm not doing this for me. I ain't. But then one time, my dad, he had told me, he was like, hey, like, dude, you never really surrendered yourself to the sport. Like, you just kind of just been winning this because you've been winging it and just going by everything with just pure talent. And I'm just like, okay. So then once after a while, I started to just like, for the first time ever, train 2-3 times a day, wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, going out running 4 or 5 miles and put in that extra work. And then I actually started to like see a difference. And then when I was losing to certain guys, top guys, I would lose to them only by split decision.
Okay.
So then my dad was like, yo, if you losing to these dudes by split decision and you're not even training, imagine what you would do to these dudes when you start training.
But you was locked in.
Right.
I started doing that. I started winning everything.
And that's what did it.
I won Olympic trials and, bro, newfound love for the sport and never looked back.
Awesome. I like that. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, let me see. So I had another one. So I think Mike Tyson came out and surprised you at something you had or something.
Yeah,
so I wanted to know, what was your experience like meeting Mike Tyson? I know he's one of your favorites.
Yeah, but what? Man,
Tyson want to add everything.
Oh man. Okay, so it wasn't a surprise. Mike Tyson, like I knew he was coming through.
Okay.
You know, it's so crazy. So for years, like I've met Mike Tyson a couple times before, but I was younger. I ain't really, it ain't hit me that it's Mike Tyson. But then as I got older, I'm watching videos and then I'm seeing how he just reinvented himself over time with how he is now and like his aura and like I'm like, yo, Mike Tyson's a big deal. Like I understand why everybody was so big on Mike Tyson. And I just wanted him to see me. I wanted to meet him because of where I am in my career right now and how well I'm doing. I'm from Brownsville. We repping it and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but for years though, it was like I could not run into him. Everybody, all my friends, all of my family members, everybody running. Yo, Mike Tyson's in the hood, and I'm all the way in like California. I'm like, as soon as I leave town, he come to the hood. Everybody's seeing him, bro. But then my dad, he has a mutual friend, a very close mutual friend with him. And he was like, yo, listen, I'm going to set up a whole meet up with you guys. Like, we're going to, have you guys meet finally. I'm just like, bet, let's go. Let's do that. And when he came, bro, I was so nervous. I was like, yo, Mike Tyson is coming. Like, yo, I was so nervous, but it was so cool, man. Like, he just embraced me and he had his camera people out there with him and had me talking to the camera and like, he's hilarious, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So I come up there and I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, Mike Tyson, yo, you meant everything to me. He's like, yo, man, don't tell me. Tell the camera, son. Tell the camera, son. Tell the camera. So I'm like, all right, whatever. No, he's hilarious, bro. Like, he made me realize like, y'all, he still got that Brownsville in him. He still got that Brownsville in him. And we was just hanging out for a little while, and then his production team, they told me like, yo, like we're gonna want you on his next hotboxing podcast. I was like, word, that. Next 2 days we went out there and we did the show. And I don't know when the show was gonna drop. I gotta reach out to them guys and everything like that. But yeah, like, man, it's gonna be really exciting when a show finally drops. That was like a dream come true to finally be a part of it. It was just everything. Just I worked so hard for it. It just seems like it's just been coming to fruition.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Thank you.
So I have one more question and then I'll get to the chat. But what I also wanted to know is top rank accolades. You were one of the 4 nominees for, I think, 2023 Fighter to Watch. How did that make you feel?
Man, just me being nominated.
One of the nominees.
Yo, just me being nominated, man. It meant the world to me. It makes me feel like, I am doing everything I need to be doing. Like I'm doing everything right. Just to be mentioned with the names of Tiger Johnson, Richard Torres, Abdullah Mason. Those are guys that are exciting to watch in their own right. And each one of us have our own different style. And we all bring something different to the table. And man, listen, man, the boxing game is in good hands for the next generation to come. I'll tell you that right now. We doing our thing right now, and we got nothing but talent. We hungry and we ain't scared to fight nobody.
That's right.
I'm super happy.
That's what I like. That's what boxing need. You tell them, Shu Shu. That's what they need, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's true. And I was just very ecstatic to be on that name on that list.
Yeah, because just to be one of the top 4, that's good.
Yeah. That was so dope.
Man,
Okay,
Kiki,
we got
she
a
does her
question.
homework, man. She do her homework.
Yeah,
Kiki,
yeah.
man. I'm
Hey,
telling
listen,
you, man.
I actually don't like doing interviews and stuff when people don't do their homework. They should be asking the most random questions and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, you don't know nothing about me, do you? You just got me on the show, just to have me on the show. But
You
why
clout
you not do your
chasing.
homework? That was,
Well,
yeah.
look, one thing about us, we gonna do our research.
Nah, that's what's up. I like that. I like that.
We have a question in the chat. One of them is from Eric Wills. He said, "Who are some of your favorite fighters or fighters you like watching?"
Well, of course, one of them is Mike Tyson. Man, I feel like when you're fighting, like boxing is sport, but bro, we fighting at the end of the day. You gotta have that aggression. You gotta have that, like the way he just carries himself, and he just has that type of barbaric energy. Like, bro, like it's unmatched. It's unmatched,
It is.
and I kind of relate to that in ways. Like, I don't even know if you guys kind of like see when I walk out, but I walk out with his Mike Tyson tattoo, and I
Yes.
don't come to play. I'm not
towel
coming in
over the
there.
head and
Yeah,
everything.
excuse me, the towel. Yeah, that's the tattoo, the towel.
I did see that tattoo though. You had in
Yeah,
one
I
of
had a thing. Yeah,
when you was little. It was
yeah, when I was younger, my dad threw the tattoo on my eye.
I said he must love Mike Tyson, man.
People still talking about that to this day. That's so funny. But I come with that energy, and I don't come in there to play. Like, I'm no nonsense, bro. I'm not coming in there dancing and all the glitz and glam. I'm not doing none of that. Like, we fighting. This is personal to me. Like, I feel like you coming to take the food off my plate. You come to take the roof off my head. That's how personal I take it.
Yes.
So I'm coming in there. I'm not playing no games. I watch Gervonta Davis. He has a very similar approach when it comes to fighting. Like, yeah, he comes in there in the ring, a little like smiling and stuff like that. He's very chill. But it's undeniable that he has that anger. And when he flips that switch in round 6, it's time. Somebody's always going. Somebody's like, he's knocking somebody out. I love the calmness of Mayweather. I love watching Mayweather. Okay. He's actually one of my favorite fighters. He actually is my favorite fighter, honestly. He's my favorite fighter, 100%. I like watching Shakur Stevenson. I like watching him. He has a great defense. Great. He mastered his distance at the age of like 13. Yeah. Like, you don't find boxers that master their distance at a grown age. Like right now, some of the top boxers, they don't have their distance mastered down packed like he does, and he had it he just figured it out at such a young age, and that's why he's so far ahead in his career as he is, and why he's so confident in fighting and beating anyone that he steps in the ring with. And Sugar Ray Leonard, I love Sugar Ray. The way how he has just that mixture of speed and power. He has that pop that his agility and his reflexes. His whole style was just like something amazing to watch. And then on the outside, his charisma and everything. He's like your poster boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything about him, especially, I really liked about Sugar Leonard.
Okay, I have another one. Let's see in the chat from Jamar Hill. He said, "What was it like meeting boxing legend promoter Bob Arum, and what was the first thing he said to you?"
Oh man, Bob, yeah, it was so cool. And what's so funny? I didn't know that Bob was from Brooklyn. I had no idea.
I didn't know that neither.
So, yeah. So it was like when I had my first press conference was under the Lomachenko versus Comey card, and that was when I was so I was just there just to announce that I was signed with Top Rank. And when I did that, he was like, "Yeah, man, you're from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn." He's from Crown Heights. It's just a neighborhood just like neighboring Brownsville. And he's like, "Yeah, so we're buddies. Like, he's my homie." And I was like, "Hi, Bob." My guy.
You get a brownie point for that one, right?
You know what I mean? So Bob was really cool. But then afterwards, after he started to see me fight and what I was producing, he was just like, "Oh no, he's the real deal." So then he's just I started to see different videos of him, just saying a lot of good things about me, just saying like, how he feels like I'm like the next best thing, how I'm going to take over the division, and he sees me going very far in my career. And I thank him a lot for that, man. The things that come out of, if it comes out of Bob's mouth, man, like listen, it holds weight. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate him for, putting me up in that, in that standard.
Yeah, I saw a video, I think it was yesterday, of him talking really good about you. They
That's
were
what's up.
asking him about you, and he was talking about you. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
man, Bob.
It's another one from Tony K. She said, Shu Shu, who would your dream fight be against?
My dream fight.
Yeah.
My dream fight would definitely be with Sugar Ray Leonard. I would love to see how me and his style would mesh together. He's a superb boxer. Again, like I felt like he just had a total package. He was very fast, beautiful combos, good pop. His feet was just like he was floating in water. And then the main thing too, he had like this heart. He fought everybody and beat everybody. Like even if he lost to, Duran and Hearns, like he just had, like he got that get back and then some. When he was just
when it counted.
Yes, when it counted, when the smoke cleared, he was the one that was standing on top of everybody. And it was just like that's something that I crave. Like I want to fight the best when the time comes. I want to be able to fight all the champions and everything like that. When it's time for me to fight those guys. Obviously right now I'm gonna be building my record and everything like that, and we just getting that experience. We taking our time with it as well too. But when it's time to get them chips, most definitely I'm gonna be ready, and them guys they're gonna have a lot to handle.
That's right. That's right. I like to hear it.
Yeah, man.
I got one more question in the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
Over to you, Lou. So the last question is from Sherelle. She wanted to know, if you have a child one day and it happens to be a boy, would you push him to box or allow him to make his own decision?
One thing I wouldn't say I would push him to box, but one thing I would push him to do is build self-defense, if anything. Like I definitely want him to learn how to box.
I like
but
that.
If he doesn't want to take it up as a profession, he doesn't have to. Like I'm well aware of all of the the cons that comes with the game, bro. Like all these injuries and stuff like that, brain trauma. Like it's not something that you want to have, in your mind. Just the possibilities of all of that happening, concussion being all like, it's a lot. I wouldn't really want my child to box per se, but in terms of if they wanted to though, if they actually had the love, bro, hey, listen, it is what it is. Then we're gonna be the best at it. We're gonna do what we gotta do. But I definitely would want my child to make his own decision for sure.
I like that.
I do have a child though. He's in the back right now on his iPad and everything like that. But yeah, if he's if he wanted to box, you know what I mean? We'll pick up the gloves and he wanted to box. But yeah, I most likely really though, I really wouldn't want him to.
Yeah.
Just based off what what boxing is about, and the grooves and just the ups and downs to it.
Yeah, 100%. But hey, if he loves it though, I can't stop him.
Right.
Yeah.
Do what you can do. Let's get it then. I'm gonna train you to the best of my ability.
That's good. That's good. Okay, Lou, we're turning on over to you. That's it in the chat.
That's right. We thank you guys for putting that in the chat.
Oh, one more. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This came in when I was turning it over. This is from KG44. He wanted to know, do you study film?
Oh yeah, all the time. On my downtime, I'm studying film. Like I'll definitely watch. Thank you.
That's Tony K. Special shout out to Tony K.
Yeah, I'll never change. But yeah, that's my homework. That's like your homework. You're studying film. I watch random boxes. Like sometimes I just watch old fights of Bernard Hopkins. Like I was just watching Bernard Hopkins and Kelly Pavlik. Like I was just watching how, like you know what I noticed. It's good to have talent, right? But then it's like you also have to make sure you understand and work on the basics and keep the basics of boxing in your arsenal, so you can have like longevity in the sport. Case in point, Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins. Roy Jones is probably the most talented boxer that ever laced him up.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like the things that he was just doing in the ring to this day, to me, it just seems unbelievable, and he was just doing it with ease. But then as you start to see how their careers progressed, Bernard Hopkins, he's just kind of made, a name for himself. That's just kind of, if you would want, it's like he had a, in my opinion, had a better legacy than Roy Jones because of the things he was able to do, becoming undisputed world champion, and then becoming the oldest world champion in history of boxing, and becoming, and it's the way how he did it. It was just beautiful, and he did it all by sticking to the basics.
Yeah.
He was never the strongest, the fastest, not even the prettiest boxer, bro. He never was, but he beat the best because of his basics. You know what I'm saying? Like Oscar De La Hoya, he beat Kelly Pavlik when Kelly Pavlik was coming up. Say what you want about Kelly Pavlik now, but at the time he beat Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik was the man.
Pavlik had just beat Jermaine Taylor. Remember? He had just beat Jermaine Taylor.
He was the man, bro. So say what you want about him. He was that guy. He beat Winky Wright, Trinidad. He beat all of these guys. And then even when he got older, his last beautiful performance, I in my opinion, was against Beirut Shumanov. And that dude, I think that was one of his I think that was the fight that made him the oldest world champion.
Yes, it was.
And he had a beautiful boxing performance, and then with the cherry on top, dropped him. Wow,
yes.
right
okay, Shu Shu. I see you're boxing. Look at this young fella, man. He know a lot about boxing. I'm impressed with that, man. I'm impressed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I do. I listen, bro. This is something that I love. Like I said, I don't understand people that box that don't watch boxing. Like, bro, I love this gym, bro. This is in my downtime. That's what I watch. You know what I mean? I watch it on my phone, watch it on my TV, whatever. Like, I love boxing, bro.
That's right. Y'all here, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, y'all better hit that like button and show Brownsville's finest, man, Shu Shu Carrington, some love, and just hit that subscribe button because I want y'all to subscribe to the channel, because when we get young guys like this on the channel, you guys will get front and center. Shu Shu, I want to go back a little bit. I want to go back to we talked a little earlier. You had to make a tough decision to change trainers. You end up going with Coach K. And that's a decision you had to make to better yourself. Nothing personal, I'm assuming.
Right.
Walk us through that whole decision.
Oh, yeah. No, well, for that decision, it was more so, it was definitely to better myself because, and before I had that trainer, I had about like 3 other trainers before that. And I had to make that change all for the same reason, in the grand scheme of things. I just needed to, get to another, like a certain level. I felt like, at that point, I was making a transition over to the pros, and certain things that I needed just wasn't, being brought to me. It wasn't clicking. I just needed to evolve. And then after a while, especially because I was away from this specific coach for a while, because I was on the USA team, I'm learning new things, and I'm building, more knowledge on, what to do in terms of like how just building my IQ in the ring. And I was noticing that I couldn't, continue to build that IQ with this specific trainer. And not to say that the trainer isn't good and all like that, but it's just more so just for my style. Like, it just wasn't meshing well anymore. And that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, me and him, we're still tight. Like, I just, just was talking to him a few weeks ago and stuff like that. I'm like, we're still cool. We still tight. We see each other. We hug each other. We like family. We built up this relationship. We've known each other for years. And it's something that it's just under the water at this point now. It is what it is. It's just business. But me and him was to be, we made a decision that, just felt like, it was gonna help me go to the next step in my career. Me and Coach K, as a we like, the best thing right now. Like, he's 100% super passionate about continuously getting me better and better. Like, he doesn't necessarily change my style, but he adds on to my style. And like fix a little like few things, like tweak a little few things. Like, I never knew how my jab was never fully extended as before I got with him. I never knew that I was never getting most of out of my punches in terms of my power until I got with him. I never knew that I used to always fight on my heels, which always made me feel off balance after I'm finishing a combination, or why I can't do another combination. And, because I'm on my heels after, he broke all those things down to me because he just paid so much attention to all of my wrongdoings. Like, even when I spar, bro, and then sometimes it kind of get me upset. It kind of annoys me. But, bro, he says nothing good. Bro, I could beat the dude up. Listen, he be like this. K don't talk. Listen,
Nah,
K
he don't
talk loud at all.
No, he don't.
K talks mad low. He be like this. Listen here, young. Listen, you ain't shooting your jab. I'll be like, what? Young, I said, you ain't showing your jab. You gotta do your step. You gotta keep your hands up. Go to the next. Like, that's how you talk.
Yes.
Like, you talk real low. But listen, bro, you hear him though, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, he just a guru, man. He just has a good eye for the sport. He's training guys like Jared Anderson. He's training guys like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and like, look at these guys' careers. They're doing great for themselves, and I'm just very happy to be a part of that stable. Like, another guy, Kenny Sims. Like this is guys that he's just just been grooming and been getting better and better and better since they've been under him. And it's something that I noticed even as an amateur. And he's always been tight with me even since when I was an amateur as well. It just took a while for me to make that jump over to him, because I always kind of knew that I already wanted to work with him for some time. But, I really needed to make that transition when it was time for me to be pro, because I just knew that it was just going to work, and it has been ever since.
Yeah, that's my man K. Me and K, we got history together. We used to play basketball. He used to be he used to be at the gym with my younger brothers, Lamont Anthony Peterson.
Yeah.
After the jump, we used to play ball together. So everything, when you imitate him, man, I'm like, you got him scott on, man. Like, real talk. Like, that's how he talk. He don't never get mad. And he always give it to you real.
For real though. He's so cool, so calm all the time. He's so laid back. He got his hoodie on, just chilled in the back like this.
Yes.
Looking, observing. Like, he's so chill, bro. He don't want no attention on him. He don't care for all of that stuff. He really don't. Like, if you notice on my fights, when they show like the corner, the corner is like talking and giving me advice, you don't hear him mic'd up.
Nope.
He's not mic'd up. He's not in the ring talking to me. It's just like it's usually my boy John Rosales, my assistant coach. It's usually him mic'd up and stuff like that. K don't care for all of the glitz and game. He don't like the cameras. He's 100% real though. He's just very genuine. He's authentic, bro. That's what I need. That's what I always like. Yeah,
and to piggyback on that, I have reached out to him because I know we got history together. We reached out to him to have him on the show, and he was like, "Lou, I really don't do interviews." He said, "No disrespect." He said, "I want to give it to my fighters. I want to give all the accolades." This was his exact word, Shu Shu. He said, "I want to give it to my fighters," and that's
fighters and coaches.
Yep, and that's just a testament to what you just said. That's just the type of guy he is, man, and that's what I love about him. But this next question, two-part question, Shu Shu. What's next, and what can you take from your fight just past Saturday on ESPN? What can you take from this fight going into your next fight?
Okay, so next, as I said previously, I should be fighting again in April. Should be back in, don't know where, don't know the exact date. We just kind of up in the air at the moment right now. And from my last fight to this next one, I kind of just want to be able to pick up my punch output. I feel like my defense is pretty well.
Okay.
My distance and everything was pretty good, patience, but I don't want to be too patient. I want to be able to kind of pick up my punch count, because I feel like if I would have done that in this last fight, I would have gotten him out of there, because I felt him wearing down little by little. He was game, but that's he was just only in the fight because I was letting him be there.
Yeah, that's what you was doing.
Definitely, it wasn't more so what he was doing, it's what I was allowing. Okay. And I don't want that to happen again. I like really, like, bro, I know I said, like, I want people to, appreciate the sport, the science, and everything like that, which I do. But at the same time, I want to put on a show, bro. Like I like making guys quit. Like it's something about making a guy quit, bro. That's just like gives me like just this, what I mean. It just really excites me, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I love it. Like, bro, I like to fight. Listen, I feel like us boxers, there's something a little wrong with us. We gotta be a little crazy, bro. To me, it's something like I accept it. It is what it is. We gotta be a little crazy to be in this type of sport. To me, you know what I mean? I love it. Like, I love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, and that's what I think I should bring into the next fight, though, for sure. My punch output.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because I was watching. Okay, your first fight was unanimous decision, right? And then your next 3 fights were all knockouts. And then your next 2 fights were, unanimous decision. I was just curious. Okay, you're still developing as a fighter. So is it important to Shu Shu to get the KO, or is it important to try to, get those rounds in? What floats your boat?
Well, I mean, yeah, I want to do a little bit of both. Like I definitely want to be able to get them rounds in, because I don't want to be labeled again as a knockout type of fighter. Like, but at the same time, I do want to showcase my skills, but then probably get a late knockout, because then I won't be labeled as just this knockout type of guy. Like, it's like, oh, like you can see his skill set. You can see he's not just going out in the first round trying to take a dude out. Like, you're never going to see me do that, ever. I like wearing a guy down. I like picking a guy apart. I like being a surgeon. Like making the guy quit, like I said, or if he can't stand, I'm knock him out in the later rounds. Like that's what I like to do. But if anything, if I won't get the knockout, best believe you're gonna get a good boxing performance. You're gonna get a great showcase with skills and technique. Those are the main things. That's what's important to me.
Yeah, and that's big to have that, because in your mind you're thinking, if the knockout comes, it does. If it doesn't, at the end of the day, I'm still going to put on a good performance, because all of that Shu end up leading to the knockout anyway. If you do what you're supposed to do and stick to the home base or the fundamentals, usually that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So out of your 6 fights, Shu Shu, what's your best performance you feel like in your eyes? What was your best performance?
Man, out of my 6 fights, I honestly feel like my 3rd fight with Yuri Andujar, that knockout, I felt like that was my best performance, because I got them rounds in. I got by like 5 rounds in, 4.5, I would say. And from the opening bell, like I was looking at myself super sharp. My punch output was good.
Yeah, it
Angles
was
good. I was showing outside, outside range, and then I was fighting in the inside and showing like little tricks here and there. And then the dude was game, so it was more so like he was pushing me to bring all of that out of me as well too. And then in the 5th round, as he came out desperately, like you see, like his corner was like revved him up. He said, "Yo, you got to do something, because he's gonna win this fight." They revved him up. He came out there wilding.
Caught him slipping on A Street.
And I respect him though, like, because a lot of dudes, like, some guys don't got the heart, they quit, like, but he came out there guns blazing, and I was like, oh snap, all right. I kept my defense tight, being very selective with my shots, hitting the body hard, hitting the head hard, just hitting him hard. And then he started to break down, and then I saw he threw a lazy jab, and I just weaved it, right hand, left hook, and then that was all she wrote, and I felt like that was like a beautiful performance for me. And as of right now, to date, that was my best fight.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Shu Shu, because guess what? That was my number 1 fight. That was the fight when I watched, I said, this young fella gets it. He gets the mindset, and I'm pretty sure this is what Coach K is preaching, because I know him as a fighter when he was fighting. Hit and not get hit. It was one combination you threw, Shu Shu, and I ain't even gonna lie, man. You went in, and when you threw it, you knew the counter was coming, but you kind of got your head on the swivel and got out of the way.
Line.
And you know what I said when I saw that shit? I said, when Shu Shu come in town, he got to show me that shit, because hey, Shu Shu, look, Shu Shu, they be pushing up on a light-skinned brother. I just need you, when you come in town, man, to show me one combination that's gonna let me eliminate all these dudes that be pushing up on me, man. Because
I got you.
I just need that one combination, man, for
Oh
real.
my goodness.
I got you.
But no, I love that fight for, like you said, most of the reasons you just said. The guy came out game, and you was
Yeah.
able to, number one, get the rounds in,
Mm-hmm.
and also get the knockout. So that was
Yeah.
my number one fight. And I'm not just saying that because you're on here, man, because you know me, Shu Shu. I'm a straight
Yeah.
shooter, man, for real.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if y'all just getting in here, man, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We got a full house. We got the lovely Kiki. We got Brownsville's own, man, Shu Shu, Carrington in the building. And then you got your host with the most, of course, Liteskin Lou in the building, man. Shu Shu, in 3 years, right? It's 2023. In 2026, where does Shu Shu see itself?
Oh, in 3 years, I'm gonna definitely. I see myself being world champion. I'm definitely seeing myself being a unified champion in 3 years for sure. And I'm debating, but I feel like I would want to be an undisputed champ in the featherweight division. I don't see myself leaving out of the division no time soon. I want everybody. I want anybody, the top names that's there, like whoever it is, bro. Whoever it is at the time for me to fight for them chips. I want them all, and I'm definitely gonna make sure I do what it needs to be done to make sure I have all them belts, man. And and then at that point in time, I'll be looking at other options and maybe looking at going up to 130 around that time, and so yeah. That's where I see myself in 3 years.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because I see that too, man. Because I look at your size. What you like, 5'8", 5'9"?
Yeah, 5'8".
Yeah, and to be in a division like this, I think you're going to be able to carry that weight. I think honestly, Shu Shu, and I could be wrong. I think maybe you might finish your career at 140, 147, just because of your range alone. So is that something that you think about, or you just like it when it happens, it happens?
Nah, I definitely think about that. I've always wanted to see myself. I always saw myself finishing off right around 140, 147. I spar a lot of guys that's that big. I fought in the amateurs when I was like, around 140 at some point, won a couple tournaments at that weight. And it's something that I can definitely properly build myself up to in the pros. And I feel like I would finish off my career at probably one of those weight classes, 140, 147. And that's what the plan is for sure. Like I want to go all the way up, be multi-division champion, and man, I just want to be known as one of the greats, and not just in boxing, but to be known as one of the greats is what you do in the ring and outside the ring as well. Like Floyd is one of the greats, but it's like outside of the ring, of course he has that braggadocious stuff like that or whatever, but there's a lot of good things that he's done that to my knowledge, that I've known that he's done for people that they don't show, in social media and whatever. Mike Tyson, the way of that he is, his charisma, and how he is outside of the ring is just as captivating as what he does inside the ring. Every single time he opens his mouth and says something, it's something quotable. You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, Mike Tyson, something like that. Muhammad Ali, same thing. Like it's the things that they've done outside the ring that's just as captivating inside the ring, and that's something that I want to be able to build up for myself as I continue to build my career.
That's right. Legacy in the making. Y'all hear it. That's right. Legacy in the making. Hey, Kiki, Big Money Walt Daddy Ice is in the building. That's like 5 names, man. You're going to have to start paying me to make that name, man. But no, we appreciate you for chiming in, man. Drop in the comments. Shu Shu, I got a couple more questions, man, and we're going to let you get out of here. Okay. In the amateurs, you had a hell of an amateur career. But as I started looking at your style, I feel like you got a pro style, Shu Shu, and I feel like amateurs have a pro style. They kind of don't get their credit. They don't get the due credit. Do you feel like that?
Oh yeah, no, for sure, 100%. I kind of had a hard time in the amateurs at times because of that. Like I really had to force myself to adapt to the amateur style, like kind of towards the end of my amateur career, like around the time that I qualified for the Olympic trials, because I really wanted to do the Olympics, I was like, to hell with it. It is what it is. Let me just do this, and then I'll go back to what I always do. It was hard. There was a lot of decisions that I felt like that supposed to go my way, and everybody that watched my fight, they were like, "Yo, like you smashed this dude," and like the dude was leaving the whole thing bleeding and all beat up and everything like that, and I would lose by split decision, or I lose on points, and it'll be corny. But
hold on, I think we lost Shu Shu for a
No, I
minute.
think somebody's calling him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. So yeah, but yeah, it was like it was corny because sometimes you would get points by hitting me on the shoulder, or you would get points by like little taps. Like I would hit you with, something hard, boom, have you fly all to the ropes or whatever, and you tap me, and it's equivalent. It shouldn't be like that.
Right.
In pro boxing, like it's kind of more of a fair game, and I always patterned myself with that. But that also came with the New York style boxing. New York style boxing is very pro-like. I grew up in a gym full of pros. Like I said, when I first started boxing, I was in a gym with Saddam Ali, Daniel Jacobs, Curtis Stevens, Luis Collazo when he was world champion, Paulie Malignaggi. All these guys was in the same Shannon Briggs. All these guys was in my gym, and I was just learning from them. So I'm learning as a pro. I'm fighting like this. You're not seeing amateurs like with the
right. Nah, you don't. You don't.
That, So it was kind of stuff like that I had to, put to the side for a while just to be able to be successful in the amateurs. But it was honestly annoying. I hated it.
Yeah, that's right. Special shout out to Rye Gamble, my coworker, man. He a big boxing fan. When I told him I was having you on the show, he was like, "What?" I was like, "That's right." Bruce Shu Shu Carrington is in the building, man.
Listen, hey, before you ask the next question, though, man, listen. I have been meaning to even have this interview with you guys for a while now. At this point, man, it's just that a lot of things just being so busy since I started my career, and we would have certain dates that we would try to lock in, but then something would pop up, and but I always knew that. Listen, I always was making sure like I gotta come see my man Lou. I gotta talk to my guy. This is my guy right here for sure. Like there was nothing that was gonna stop me from having this interview with you and more interviews in the future.
Yeah, that's right. This is just a stepping stone, man. And one thing that me and Kiki, when we first started the channel, this is what we envisioned. Shu Shu, I don't like jumping on the bandwagon when they're down the road. I like to get it when it's at the docking station before they take off. When your cousin Ron told me about you when you were 7 years old, 8 years old, whenever you started boxing, he would always tell me about you. So that's why I say I always feel like I was following a ghost. I never got to meet you. You know what I'm saying? But crazy, he would always tell me. And then when I started, I was on another channel, and he had gave me your number, and we reached out and we interviewed. So when me and Kiki decided to start this channel, one of the things I wanted to be a part of is something special like this, because Shu, let me tell you, this is 2023. In 2028, 2026, when you're a world champion, it's going to do me, my heart good, because guess what? I wasn't wanting them Bama ass just jumping on the bandwagon. I was there from the beginning, even if I was in ghost status. You know what I'm saying? I was following you through your cousin Ron. So, and that's what the mindset was, man. I got two more questions, and I'm gonna let you get out. I don't know what the chat is doing, but I got two more questions.
It's one more in the chat. Your man Big Money, Walt Daddy has one. So
get my man Big Money, because he got 5 names. Get his question in there, man.
No doubt. Bring him in, man.
We wanted to know which belt you're going for first.
I mean, to be honest, it don't really matter to me. Like I see, like the WBO has been, coming at me and letting themselves be known towards me a few times. Like they like so I feel like WBO might be one of the first belts I capture. But it don't really matter to me. It's just give me them chips, bro. Like that's
right. You hear that Big Money Walt Daddy Ice?
That's right.
Look, it don't matter.
That's right.
Look,
chips,
send them chips. Now, Shu Shu, I was down in DC where I grew up, and I had the luxury of running into Showtime Sean Porter. I interviewed him. Yeah, that's right. I interviewed him. We were at the Tank Davis and Garcia's weigh-in, and I had the liberty to take pictures with him, me and the lovely Kiki, and I got an interview with him. And as I look back and I see the interviews of him, his take on you, it was a beautiful thing. So getting the type of kudos from guys like that, who's Hall of Fame, I feel like he's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Man, like that it means a lot to me that he has such good words to say about me. And it's not like, Sean is a tough cookie for real. So it's not like he's just saying to say anything. Like he'll keep it 100%. And it's not just because we're friends or anything like that he's saying anything, like all of that stuff for me. I honestly feel like, the way he breaks it down is for the fans to understand why he feels the way he feels. And for a guy like that, someone that I've looked up to for a long part of my career as well too, like it's just mean a lot. Like I'm lucky to even to call him a friend. Like I got him and his dad's personal number. I could call him right now to where like like that right there is just so dope to have. And he's just a great guy. But for him to say those kind of words about me as a fighter, man, that just means so much to me, bro. And again, it just reminds me that I'm doing the things that I need to do. I'm doing like everything right, and I won't let him or any of my other fans down.
That's right. Y'all hear what they said? He said he gonna put on a performance every time for you guys, because you guys are paying y'all hard-earned money.
And he does. Those are some good fights.
Man,
Thank you.
Let me tell you, man. I ain't gonna lie. And I told you this when I interviewed you on another channel. That knockout, I played that shit on my YouTube 1,000 times, and I'm in the mirror trying to emulate that joint. Almost pulled my right shoulder out trying to put that joint together. But that was a hell of a knockout, man. And I think two of your knockouts, I could be wrong, two of your knockouts was nominated for Knockout of the Year.
Yeah, those things went viral.
Yeah, it went viral, man. So now you're getting a lot of steam. And I took the liberty of looking on your page, and I looked at a couple of your interviews. You said you was at a light, at a stoplight, and there was a guy who pulled up next to you, was with his girl, and was like, "Hey, yo, that's Shu Shu right there."
Yeah.
So Shu Shu, I know you done been through a lot of things in your life, and I'm pretty sure it's nothing that can compare to what that guy. You don't even know this guy from a can of worms, but the fact that he know you. Walk us through that feeling, man.
Bro, like that was surprising, because honestly, I didn't expect something like that to happen so early in my career. Like, yeah, I know like the video went viral. Yeah, I knew that, all of that happened, but I didn't think I was gonna get like, people to get like excited to see me like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was like, oh, that's the guy that knocked that guy out, whatever. But people were really excited to see me, like they were really impressed and everything like that. So when I was riding through the street, and dude, like I'm looking at him, like I'm just stopped at a red light, and I'm looking at him, looking through my windshield. I'm like, oh, what are you looking at? Like, what is you looking at, bro? And he's like, oh, he was telling me to roll down my window. I'm like, I kind of rolled it down a little bit.
You're like, I'm from the hood, baby. We don't ride on window down all the way.
I'm like, what's up? He's like, yo, you Shu Shu. Oh, you don't got that box. You the box, you knocked that dude out. I'm like, oh, yeah, I rolled it all the way down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's me. He said, yo, babe, look at that Shu Shu. Mind you, she didn't even know who I was. So she's looking at him like, okay. And he's like, fanned out. But that was like, yo, that just made me feel so good though, man. Cause it was just like, I bet. Like, dang, that's the effect that I have on people right now. So yeah, we're gonna keep putting on performance. We're gonna keep doing our thing each and every single time we get in the ring, because that's what we need. That's what I want. It's kind of what I've been working for my whole life for. Stuff like that. That's what I want, bro.
Wow, I love it, man, because these are raw stories. And you know me, Shu Shu. We here at Live with Liteskin Lou, man, we do our research. So when I tell a story, it happened because we do our research. It's young guys like you that motivate us to do our due diligence, because you said it earlier, when these guys get you on the show, they don't know nothing about you.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, it's honestly, Shu Shu, I'm gonna say it on the air, it's a disrespect.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel a way, honestly, because I just feel like at this point, like you just want me, like when a person get me on a show, like that, and they'll do their homework. It's like, all right, so you just want me on the show just to have me on the show, just for face, like just to have Shu Shu, Carrington's on the show. But it's like you have nothing to talk about. You're asking me the same questions that all these other interviews are asking me. When if you do your homework, you have other things to ask me, and then we can have a genuine conversation, like how we're talking right now. We're having a conversation. I don't feel like I'm in an interview. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just something that's just like, we kicking back and we just chilling. That's when you would bring out the best type of content, when you have something like that. So I appreciate y'all for doing your homework. I appreciate y'all for going out y'all way and doing that, man.
That's right.
It makes this whole thing easier.
Yeah, so like, look, I feel like I'm getting my hair cut and you right beside me, and we just we talking about the game or a fight or something, man.
Yeah, man.
One thing.
Hey, Lou.
Go ahead.
Somebody in the chat wanted to ask a question.
What they talking?
The coworker Rod Gamble.
Yeah, go ahead. Just because he worked with me.
Yeah, so he said it's kind of off topic, but what he wanted to get y'all opinion: how do we rid the boxing culture of these fake celebrity wannabe boxers?
That's a good one, Rod. That's
okay.
A good one.
So, I mean, I can give you an answer, but I don't know if it's the answer that he would want. So, okay, I would say this, right? These celebrities, fake wannabe boxers, like, trust me, I really don't like the fact that they get much more exposure than a lot of the guys that's actually putting in the time and pain for years, going through amateur boxing, going through, everything that we got to go through in order to get that type of exposure and that type of notoriety and that type of money. Like, they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and they ain't won no type of amateur tournament. They ain't go to no Olympics. They ain't fighting the guys that we're fighting. They're fighting guys that's like them. They're fighting fellow YouTubers, fellow TikTokers, fellow, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a kind of a smack in the face a little bit. So when you think about it like that from a boxing standpoint, but then when you look at it on a brighter side, and to be honest, the bigger picture, if you want me to be straight up with you, they've done so much to the sport, like, that's in a positive light, because they're keeping the sport alive. Like, there's so many people that didn't watch boxing that are watching boxing now because of these influencers like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all these YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, boxing is entertaining to these people now, because to people, the casual fans, people don't realize that the casual fans are the majority. And sometimes the casual fans don't know or don't care what they're watching. They just want to see something exciting.
They just want to see
knockouts. You know what I'm saying? So the art and stuff of the boxing, it was getting boring to these type of casual fans. They hated Mayweather. They wanted to see him lose because obviously his mouth, but they wanted to see knockouts. They didn't want to care to watch a total 12
They didn't care about a
12-round
boxing
they
exhibition.
loved Mike Tyson. That era they praised. The Mike Tyson era, he was a monster. I don't care if I paid $60 for a pay-per-view. I don't care if I paid $60 for a pay-per-view and he knocked the guy out in the first round. I don't care. That's what I want to see. Like, they wanted that. And these YouTubers, they're flailing away and throwing these punches and knocking each other out. It's entertaining. Shoot, it got me hooked into it. I'm entertained by watching these dudes. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And it would be disrespectful if they wasn't taking it serious, but you see these guys actually training for these fights. You see Jake Paul, he's taking his joint serious, bro.
He's the sparring partner that he hired.
He could actually beat a lot of these fighters that's in his weight class. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't say no top names now, but a lot of these guys that's in his weight class, though, he would give them run for their money, or he would beat a lot of guys that's, top 100 in his weight class. I ain't even gonna lie. So I feel like, it's a you got the pros and cons, but the pros for me at this point right now totally outweigh the cons. Like, they're building boxing more and more. I remember there was a era. There was some time when people was like, "Oh, boxing is dying, boxing is dead. UFC is coming up. They're more exciting." No, now you see more money than ever has been coming into boxing than ever before, and these boxers are becoming more independent. There's sole proprietors and everything like that. Like, these guys are becoming smarter and knowing how to handle the business of the game and stuff like that. Like, boxing is just leaped and bounds into a new level, and I'm loving where the sport is going. thank you so much to these social media influencers. I appreciate y'all coming into this sport and doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
That's right. We look forward to interviewing young guys like you, man. One more question. I hear, your first training camp in Vegas. What was it like, and do you plan on moving to Vegas sometime soon?
Ah, man, come on, man. I love it. Oh, dude, honestly, before my first training camp, right? I always wanted to move. Like, I love New York, but New York is not the best place to be in terms of training. Like, New York is like the best, one of the coolest places to live. It has so much culture, the transit and everything like that, and the way how we talk and the way how everything's just open late, and this is the livelihood. It's just, I love New York. There's nothing like it. But in terms of what's best for my career, I couldn't see myself living in New York. So I was having a hard time to knowing where to live. Like, I was thinking about Jersey and stuff like that, but I was thinking about different places, but it just wasn't sticking to me, But then once I had that first training camp out there in Vegas, and then I realized how it really is a boxing hub of boxers. It's just like it was just like a gym, and every mile or less. Every mile or less, there's a gym. Every half mile, there's a boxing gym, and in those boxing gym, it's full of killers. You getting good work, and world champions, all of the best guys. Yeah. I'm seeing all of my old friends that I haven't seen in years that's making a name for themselves and world champions. I'm getting work with these dudes just by walking in the gym. We working 10, 12 rounds straight, 4-minute rounds. Like, we putting that work in, and then I'm like, yo. This is dope. And then Kay had me training. Kay, dude, I was gonna kill this dude.
Special shout out to Coach K, man, if you watching, man.
Bro. Yeah, but listen, again, this is what's making me a great fighter. But I was gonna kill this dude. First training camp out there in Vegas, he had me sparring Joshua Greer, and this is like in July. I was supposed to fight in July. It's like in July. Vegas is scorched at that point. Yes. Like 116 outside. Oh my bro. Goodness. This dude had me and Josh sparring outside in the sun, 6 rounds, scorching heat. I'm looking at that kid like, yo, you got a problem with me, son? Yo, what's good with you? Want me to spar? Like, what's up with you, bro? Like, I was tight. Like, I was so mad. But but it was stuff like that. That's, you put your body through this type of condition, bro. Ain't nothing stopping you. Ain't nothing beating you. You're gonna be able to go, 1,000,000 rounds and more. And another thing I loved about Vegas, you can get different seasons all in one like day. It's so crazy because it's like a certain point in time of the year, you have, you can be down in the strip area, right? And it's warm, but then 45 minutes away is Mount Charleston. This is where all the boxers in Vegas, they go to run, and it's this mountain to where, like, this road is on this mountain. It's a steady incline. So it's the most, like, yo.
Did you post that one time? I think I saw you running up a mountain. Did you post it one time? Yeah.
It's one of the most mentally challenging things I've ever had to do in my life, because you would think that's going to plateau at some point. It never plateaus. Like, for 5 miles, you're going slow as hell because it's incline, and it's like steady. It's not even a big incline either. It's just a very slight incline, but your calves are burning. Your legs are burning, and you're just like, yo, when is this going to end? And then when it's like, but I mentioned that because at a certain point in time of the year, like I said, it's warm down there. But then once you go up to Mount Charleston, it gets cool. Like, it's even snowy up there at times. And then, you drive back down. Later on in the day, you work out to get it this warm. Excuse me. It's kind of warm down there and back down in the Vegas Strip area. So it's kind of like you get all 4 seasons. You kind of get all of that, with being in Vegas. And the expenses, the living, the cost of living is cheaper, but bro, it's the best thing. Honestly, like, I love Vegas, and yes, I do plan on moving out there for sure.
There you go. You heard it here first. A couple years, Shu Shu gonna be taking resident in Vegas, man. I love it, man.
Hey,
Shu
Lou,
Shu. Go
can
ahead.
I ask one more out the chat, and then we're gonna let you go. I know we've been on a long time. We don't want to hold you.
It don't matter. We always Luke, tell him we always do this, bro.
Yeah, we
always
went
do
one.
this.
Yeah, we went 130 the last time. So go
Yeah,
ahead,
No,
Kiki,
for
have
real.
at it.
K Dog, champ. He said Anthony Peterson said that the technology is so far advanced in the East Coast. Do you agree?
Said that the technology is
It's
so
so
far
far
advanced
Yeah.
than the East Coast. The technology where is more advanced than the East Coast? I'm confused.
Let me see. Anthony Peterson said it.
I guess he's saying the
I'm not
technology in Vegas is
Was it what didn't Anthony say something about it was more everything is more advanced than here where we are, like everything just moving wise, like with boxing and stuff like that, everything is more advanced. Is that what he's
yeah.
talking about? I think.
Hey, K Dog, if you can
Yeah,
specify a little
elaborate a
more
little
and
bit.
elaborate
Yeah.
a little more. But yeah, man, Shu Shu, man, Shu Shu. I look, Shu Shu for governor, man. I'll tell you, this young man got
Yo,
politics in his career.
you're the second person that said that. You're the second person that said that. Because I was doing this interview with my guy Say. And he works with the boxing voice. And
Okay.
he was asking me, like, yo, would you rather, like, what you think is better? Is it boxing tools and training? Yeah, I wouldn't say that the technology is better in the West Coast because in the East Coast we have a little bit of the same technology as well too. What is better from New York, I would say, and over to what's better in the West Coast than New York is the fact that we have just the altitude and everything's more spaced out. New York, everything is really tight knit, close together. We don't got mountains up here. We got to drive up, a couple hours from the city to go up and run mountains just for a run. Ain't nobody doing that. And then the sparring and everything like that is not like that in New York. I can say just the terrain that you run in the West Coast in Vegas is totally different. It's night and day from New York, and that's the type of environment that you need to be in to become a world champion. It's the reason why Floyd left Grand Rapids, Michigan, in order to become world champion and live Vegas. It's the reason why Sean Porter left where he's from and left Ohio to come and live in Las Vegas, become world champion. Like, bro, all of us boxers know this. We know this. If you want to be a boxer that is top notch, to be elite and world champion, and you're not living in Vegas, and you're not at least training in Vegas, you're doing something wrong. Everybody knows this at this point. Why are you not doing it? You know what I'm saying?
There's no secret at this point.
Yeah. And but back to what we were talking about before. I lost myself. Oh, my interview.
The Shu Shu the
Yeah,
governor.
Yeah, exactly. So he was asking, yo, which is better between, like, I know you from New York and everything. We got the two stadiums. We got the Barclay and we got the Madison Square Garden. Which one you think is better? And I'm just like, bro, honestly, like, I rep New York to the fullest. Like, it only matters to me. Like, if I fight in the Barclays, my people's gonna be there. I'm ready to know. Like, that's really right there in my people's backyard. I'm ready to know I'll get a bunch of people out there. But even if I fight in Madison Square Garden, I fought there a few times. I love Madison Square Garden. Like, that's the mecca of boxing. Like, it's a dream to continue to fight there, and I just love it. I'm living my dreams in real life, so it don't really matter to me. I'm grateful to be fighting in Madison Square Garden. If I get the chance to fight in the Barclays, I'll be just as happy to do so as well. He's like, oh, get out of here. Yeah, you should the governor, man. You always got the answers. I'm always trying to get some controversial stuff out of you. Get out of here.
I remember an interview. I think the guy asked you about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and he tried to put you on the spot to make you choose, and you was on the fence. I said, Shu Shu is the governor on this because you never said who you thought was going to win. You just said you wanted to see a good fight, and you couldn't wait to see it. I said, tell him what he's won, Bob. He's the governor now.
Yeah. I always let everybody know when it comes to that fight and Ryan Garcia. So it's like 3 fights that I will right now that I always have the same answer for. It's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, Ryan Garcia and Tank, and if this happens in the future, Tank and Shakur Stevenson. It's always like, yo, I always say the same thing. The winner of that fight is going to be the fans because it's just going to be something to watch. You can't ask me. Don't ask me who I think is going to win because I don't know. All of these guys, like, they're so mentally driven to where sometimes the skills and the way the fight going to go, it might go out the window. It might just be just the will. Who has the the strongest will between the two that's gonna win the fight. Like if you look at the fight with Sean Porter and Errol Spence, like
That was a tough one.
yo, that was a tough fight. It
Split
was neck and neck
decision.
until Spence clipped him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it's just go by that. Like, bro, it's not always about just the skill. It's not always just about who's the fastest. It's not about that sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
It's just about the will. Sometimes all of that gets stripped away from you. And it's just like, hey, mano y mano, man to man, who's gonna do it? Who's more man than who? That's just what it is. And that's how I feel that each one of those fights is gonna go.
Yeah, you never know. That's why it's boxing, man. You never know. Like styles make fight. That's one thing Shu Shu I've learned over the years. Styles makes fights. You know, you like you said, if you look at Errol Spence and Porter fight, going in on paper, everybody was going with Spence.
Yeah.
Nobody predicted a split decision. They didn't know that Porter was going to be able to stay in the pocket with Errol Spence and pull off almost an upset, because like you said, anytime it's a split decision,
I did.
A lot of people didn't.
Anybody that fight Sean Porter is gonna be a dog fight. Even though Terrence, honestly, I feel like there's only two people that beat Porter that got away with it, you know, the easiest, and it was Terrence Crawford and Kell Brook. Kell Brook was boxing pretty well, and he had Sean Porter pretty, like, you know, puzzled.
He kept him on his feet. He kept him away with the jab, and he boxed.
It wasn't that much of a dogfight with Kell Brook, and with Terrence Crawford, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, that was probably one of Sean's best performances up until he started to, you know, until Terrence started to pull away. Sean was
winning the fight.
He was sharp.
Yeah, he was winning the fight. At first, people were saying,
hey, he was sharp, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was really liking what I was seeing from Sean. He was very careful, very patient, and very calculated. More calculated than I've ever seen him in any of those big fights that he's had. Usually he's just guns blazing, coming right at you. So anybody that want to say, oh, it was the end of Sean's career, that I want to give excuses on Bud's victory, like, no, I feel like that was one of Sean's best outputs, like, at that point. Like, that was one of his best showcases of his talent and everything like that. So but yeah, when it comes to Errol Spence, I felt like, yo, like, I already knew it was gonna be a dogfight. Their styles, it was automatic dogfight. It was gonna be will against will, and it honestly wasn't even about who had the most will that made the difference of the fight. It's just one wrong move made, you know, that's all it was.
He got caught. He got caught.
Because honestly, if that didn't happen, hey, Sean could have probably won that fight. Because
like you said, on the cards, I think Sean was ahead on that card before the knockdown happened.
Yeah,
that's right. So Shu Shu, I mean, you your last fight was a 6-rounder. How many more 6-rounders before you go to 8 or 10?
To be honest, the fight that I was supposed to have in December was supposed to be an 8-rounder. So I just felt like they gave me the 6-rounder just for me to stay active. I think my next fight will be an 8-rounder.
Okay. Yeah. I like the fact that they was able to put you back in the ring, Shu Shu, because I ain't gonna lie, man, just looking at you and how mad you was, man, I wanted to drive up to New York, man. Nah, real talk, because me and Kiki talked, and she was like, man, Shu Shu looked so mad. We wanted to ride up to New York to find out where you was at, man, and just let you know that it was gonna be okay. But I guess for you, the fact that you're in good hands, and I think Top Rank and ESPN did a good job of, whether it was like they already had something planned for you, like you said, it's the fact that you're able to stay active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because most times you see guys that get their fights, they get canceled, and then they be left for 3 or 4 months. And people don't realize, Shu Shu, like, that's another training camp. So what happened is you end up training for 12 or 13 weeks straight. And then what happened is you end up leaving in the gym because you spent so much time training instead of fighting. And I think ESPN and Top Rank, I think they do a good job of bringing along their young talent. So I think that's why I'm glad that you end up signing with Top Rank, because like you said at the beginning of the show, these are reasons why you chose to stay with them, not just off of their word, but just off of what you research and the people, your handlers who you got around you. That's big, man.
Yeah, that's man. They've been definitely taking care of me, man. And I can't thank them enough for that. Like, the whole team, man. You know, I really appreciate all of them, you know, down to, you know, Brad Goodman matchmaker, my man, head of social media, Evan Korn, you know, just everybody that's a part of the whole team, Maddie, even a camera guy, Mikey Williams, and everybody just makes you feel at home, bro. Like
Yes.
everybody make you feel at home, and I really, you know, Bob is a genius for getting that team together, and I really am happy to be a part of this, man. I'm really happy to be a part of this, and we got a lot brewing for y'all, you know, coming up in the future for sure.
Yeah,
And,
that's what
and
I
a lot
like.
of those guys at Top Rank, you seem like y'all have formed a brotherhood. Like
Yeah.
I think Nico,
That's my man, Nico
yeah,
Ali. Yeah, Nico Ali
and
Walsh. Yeah. You know
I
what's
saw you
crazy, right?
surprised him on one of his photo shoots or something.
I like that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
Yeah, that
cool.
was
I
yeah,
like
cool.
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Hey, let me tell you about Nico, right? Bro, he has so much of, and I don't want to compare him to Muhammad Ali. I really don't, because people, you know, they ride his coattail so much, and because of, you know, the name, that shadow that he may never really get out of, honestly, because it's such a big shadow.
right.
You know, they get him, they trying to ride his coattail for everything that he does or does not do, and but when I tell you that kid, he has so much of his grandfather in him, just the charisma, and he's so funny. He's one of the last, he's one of the only, like the last genuine people, pure people on this earth. Like that guy doesn't steal. He doesn't lie. He like, bro, like, yo, dude, like, he is like the purest kid ever. When I tell you, and he's still young in the game, man. You know, he didn't have as much years in boxing as guys coming up as me, but he's a student, you know, and he's just learning from all of us. I was really impressed from, like, before, you know, everybody just started to, you know, welcome him in. I remember the very first time I watched him spar, and I was out there in Vegas. Him and his mom was there, and his dad, and I ain't gonna lie to you, and I told him this before. I didn't really fancy him for real because of the exposure that he was getting, and he wasn't that, you know, well, you know, how can I say? He just wasn't experienced. Like he just didn't have the tools and stuff yet, you know, coming along. And I'm just watching. I'm like, bro, they making a big deal out of this dude, whatever. But it was like when I watched him fight and I watched him spar, I'm watching him. I'm just like, yo, hey, this dude got some pop. Yo, this dude got some heart.
Okay.
Hey, he's taking a shot, but he's giving 2 or 3 back. I respect it. So after he came out, I'm like, yo, work on your jab, work on this, work on that. And I'm just giving him little pointers, and his mom, she just took to me. And she was like, yo, if there's any time you want to, you know, help him out some more, here's my number, Yo, matter of fact, come over and have dinner with us for New Year's. And I came, stayed, invited me and Troy Ozzy over to their house. And my dad, we all came over to the house, and they treated us like family. And then after that, it was just like mind you, like, it was nothing that I didn't really plan on having no type of friendship with him. It just genuinely happened. And then I started to, like, learn how he was as an individual. Yo, he's so funny, bro. He's hilarious, bro. Everything he says is funny to me.
Yeah, I like that little
Yeah.
episode,
And I
y'all.
feel like I have a good friendship out when I was watching
Man,
the video.
man, that's my guy right there, bro. And every single time, if you see every single time I fight, he's in the crowd. He's there in the tent.
And then
Yes.
every time he fights, we always see you.
Yes, and every single
we're
time he
like,
fights,
Shu
I'm
Shu
always
man right
there.
there. We always
That's
see you.
that's like my boy, man. And we you know, we building our brotherhood, man. And I'm just blessed to be able to call an Ali a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, man. How everything's just turning out, how life is. But yo, he's a great guy, great kid, without the Ali name. Like, he's just himself. I told him, I was like, listen, let's don't worry about what anybody and everybody gonna come at you and say about you, bro. Like, yes, your grandfather's Ali, but you are Nico. Continue to be Nico.
Own
Be
identity.
yourself. Make your own legacy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Do your own thing. It is what it is. If you want to add a little sprinkle of your grandfather here and there, do a little
You
Ali
can,
shuffle.
yes.
You
I
have
know I
every right to
would.
be. That's your grandfather. Hey, it's your family. You have every right to do so. But, you know, definitely base everything off of your personality. Continue to be you, and everybody's gonna love you. And everybody, after a while, they're starting to little by little, get
Mhm.
they're starting to like him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving what I'm seeing, and he's getting better and better each fight.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all got so many people up there. Shoot. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
look, I'm light skinned, so I get jealous quick. I feel like the world is mine. I don't know if I'll be able to share the stage, Shu, with so many people. Um, my question to you is, how are you able to, stay in the moment, share the stage, and still you guys be what you are now, like really close? How do you do that?
I mean, honestly, it's just looking at it as like not being in competition with each other. Like we
Okay.
all just like for the most part, like outside of Nico, me, Troy, Duke, Tiger, Keyshawn, Richard, Jared, we all came up together in the amateurs. We all came up together in the USA team. We all came up with each other, going through the whole Olympic, route. So it was like we spent so much time together to it was like, yo, we just want to see the best for each other, but we ain't in competition with each other. We all just trying to build each other up. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, like, yeah, we all want to be the best in the sport, but yo, we just trying to do the best we can, and we gonna be every single time our brothers is fighting, we right behind each other and we rooting each other on. And I feel like you don't really see that a lot of that in boxing. You don't really see that. Like a lot of people is like kind of selfish, but I feel like this new generation, we bringing something different. We bring something real genuine to the sport, and I feel like that's something that is gonna give a little more light into the game. I love my brothers, man. Those are my brothers right there, and we all plan on just making sure we continue to push each other higher and higher. We never gonna try to beat each other down and stuff like that. We ain't doing that at all. We done did too much together. We didn't seen the worst out of each other in so many cases when we were in the amateurs and stuff like that. Like had arguments and fights and like real brotherhood, like real family stuff happened between us, bro. So all of this stuff that everybody seeing and stuff like that is nothing that just came out the woodworks as we turned pro. It's something that's just been in the works since we were young.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it, man. Hey, look here, man. If y'all just getting in here, I know it's late. Hit that like button. I don't care how late it is. Hit that like button. Show Bruce Shu Shu Carrington some love, man. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Shu Shu, man, let me tell you. Whenever I interview, man, it's like a breath of fresh air, man. Number one, I always learn something. And it's always just like a pleasure, man. Is there any last words you want to say to the people out there that's watching?
Man, just my main thing is just always keep watching me, man. Cause I got a lot more to continue to show y'all. I got a lot more to continue to get my fans, and and I definitely plan on continue to, this year continue to with these dubs, continue rolling in hot with these performances, and you guys can get like a real in depth, crash course of how I am as a person in my life and what I've been through watching my documentary, as Kiki said earlier today, Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com. And 30-minute doc, you guys go watch that. And y'all can even DM me and let me know how y'all feel about it and how, if you guys liked it, if you guys didn't like it, just feedback, period. You guys can reach out to me and let me know.
Let me tell you this, Shu Shu. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm a real dude. I ain't gonna lie, dog. When you cried, dog, I cried too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, we real talk, Shu Shu.
He not lying. He watched it first and he told me, he said, Kiki, he said, watch. When you watch it, he said, you might as well get your tissue. You might as well get your tissue. He was
hey,
like,
Shu
man,
Shu, look. I was I'm gonna give you, I was on my lunch break. I drive trucks, I drive a FedEx for a living. Yeah. And I was at the gas station. I was parked on the side, and I said, let me get it, watch the documentary. And I was like, am I about to cry? And I was like, hey, Shu Shu, let me tell you, man, when you put your head down and cry, man, I hit pause, man. I just get down, man, because real talk.
Oh, man,
tell you, man, because I just felt like I could never imagine what you've been through, because that's never happened to me before. Yeah. Just your Roy Mo, just knowing you as a person, you're a tough cookie. But at the end of the day, we could be tough all we want. When stuff like that happen, it just gets to you emotionally. Yeah. And when I seen you, just hearing your mother testimony and just seeing you, I ain't gonna lie, I broke down. I had to get some tissue out of my book bag, and it made me realize, like, no matter what you're going through in life, man, going through what you're going through, you still able to persevere and take things to the next level. And that's one thing that I always appreciate about you, because just reading your story and just knowing that you took it on the chin, you took that 8 count, but you still you answered the bell and you went out and still won, man. Let everybody out there know about your merch. Is anything else out that you got out there that you want out there? This is your time.
Thank you for reminding me about that. So we definitely have merch. You guys can get some Team Carrington merch on snazzyapparel1.com. That is snazzyapparel1.com. And you guys can also DM the Instagram page, team_Carrington. You guys can DM. We have some other merch out as well. Different type of merch as well. DM in that page. And man, man, is there anything else, Lou, that I'm missing? Because I'm over here getting blank.
What's your social media handles if they want to follow you? If they want to find
there we go. Kiki, look, she got the follow-up. There we go.
Stuff, but y'all said it, so.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Yes, my Instagram is Bruce_Carrington. My Twitter is B_Carrington1. And you guys can follow me on that, man. And when you guys want to know my next fights, any updates and stuff like that, I'm always posting on my social media, always posting my updates and everything like that. And anything new that I got going on will definitely be shown each and every time.
That's right. That's right. Shu Shu, you know me for 2.5. You know me for a year, almost 2 years. I can't get you out of here without giving you some flowers, because tomorrow ain't promised to you.
That's right.
Shu Shu, I'm so proud of you, man. The journey that you're on, the trials and tribulations that you had to fight. And then you guys, if y'all watching, go check that documentary out and you'll understand what I'm saying. The trials and tribulations that you had to face, and you took it head on, and now you're here, signed with Top Rank, and you're fighting on ESPN. It's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of you, young fella. Continue much success.
Thank you.
Engagement and marriage, it looks good on you in the future. You look like you're gonna be a good husband.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Right. That was really good.
She was crying, man. She got emotional. She was crying, man.
We actually thought you were married already, so I went back and watched the video yesterday. I said, "See, that's what we get for not really looking at it all the way." So I went back and I said, "Lucius." I said, that was the proposal, not the marriage. So I was like, she's so shy, and she came up, come on up.
Yeah.
So it was just the sweetest thing. That was really nice.
That's right, man.
I had planned it out crazy, man. I had planned it out because, it was,
I love it.
It was so cool because, I was just always like, for the years that we've been like best friends for 7 years before we started dating. So we've been dating for about 3 years now. And so we've known each other for 10 years total. And, for while we were dating in the beginning, I was just always like picking her brain, because honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, I always knew that I was gonna marry her. Like, I made it in my mind, you know what I mean? When a dude knows, he knows.
Yes.
So it was like, with that, it was like I was in my mind just picking up brain. Yo, what kind of ring you like? Because I know certain shapes and diamonds. I think that's ugly. You like that one? Oh, okay. So if you was to get married, if you was getting proposed, sunset, rooftop, got you. So those certain things that I was like, asking and putting in my notes in my phone, when the time was right. And I made sure I got the perfect spot. I got all of her friends, and mind you, she's from St. Lucia, by the way. So she so it was one of her best friends from St. Lucia. She had reached out to me like, yo, whenever you decide to propose, let me know. So when I did, I reached out to her. I was like, yo, come surprise her. She was at the dinner, and then my fiance was like, what is she doing here? She didn't see her in a while. She didn't see her in a long time, so that was cool. But she just, I guess, like, she didn't really pick up on it, because what my alibi was, what my cover up, was.
Okay.
I had a cover up. It was like the day that I did that. It was the weekend after my one of my fights.
Your fight. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, this is a post-fight celebration dinner type thing.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Look at this guy,
So,
man. I
you
love
know,
this
so
guy,
I had thought it
man.
through. I thought it through. But, you know, I ended up, you know, popping the question, man. And then she said, yeah. And that was like one of the most nerve-wracking things in any fight I've had in my career, bro. Like,
You
it
know
was
what?
crazy.
You look so happy though. You all look so
Yeah.
happy. You were up there. You were talking about your fight at first, and then you're like,
Yeah.
and then you start talking about her, and then she
Yeah.
was just looking so shy. She came up, and you just popped the question. It was beautiful. It
Yeah.
was really beautiful.
Yeah, I had the cameras there, photographers there, and all that type of stuff. I had the section out for it. Like, I made sure if I was gonna do something like that, I was gonna do it right. Like, we're gonna do it one time,
Yeah.
not doing it again. We're gonna do it right.
Right,
So,
that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
That's
One
nice.
hitter quitter. That's right.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
y'all
look,
known each other all that time, so that's wow. That's
that
nice.
accounts for something. Hey, Shu Shu, I don't know if you watch Coming to America.
Of course.
The part Senator Hall where he was like, "Hey, man, that's how I felt." Though.
Yeah.
That was real talk, man. But no, Shu Shu, real talk, man. I'm proud of you, young fella.
Thank you.
Continued success.
Mhm.
Just looks good on you, man. They
Thank you, man.
picked
Appreciate
the
it.
right person at the right time. Just continued success, man. And whenever there's something you want to get off your chest, advertise something, Live with Liteskin Lou is
Yeah.
your channel, man. Come and kick it with us. I have a feeling that this is just the beginning. We're gonna have multiple interviews.
That's
and
right.
let's leave it there, man. Continued success. Keep us abrupt on what's going on when the next time you're gonna fight. As soon as Kiki get it, she gonna put it in the story and she gonna put it on the channel so we can continue to follow you, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Much success, like I said. And thank you for stopping through, Shu Shu.
Thank y'all for having me, man. You know how we all do. You know, we tight, man. But more than anything, Kiki, yo, family. I appreciate y'all for having me, and most definitely gonna have me again, sometime soon for sure. Appreciate y'all. It's always a great time, and I'll see y'all again really soon.
Okay, we're gonna be looking
Hey, Shu
for
Shu.
you.
Hey, look, one thing. When you come in town, you see your cousin Ron. Make sure I know, because guess what? I still want you to show me how to do that combination. I can't do it through the camera. I need you in person to show me how to lead with the foot and all, because these dudes be pushing up on me.
He's gonna be around the house doing it.
You gotta show me that joint in person, man.
All right, cool, no doubt. I got you, man. I got you.
All right, Chad. Much love, man.
I'll make sure to reach out to you for sure.
All right, that's what's up, man. Much love, man.
Shu Shu.
All right, champ.
All right.
Bye, peace.
Oh man, that's once again, man. Give it up.
That was good.
Hey, look, Kiki. Usually I don't do overtime. Usually, right now, my toes be in the air and I be in the pillow and under the sheets. But I don't mind doing overtime for young guys like this, because this is the reason why we decided to start a channel for young guys like this. Once again, if you got your hands free, give it up again for Brownsville's own Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Yes, indeed.
Man, we going on the second hour, man. I love this young guy, man. He is just he has his mind made up. He gonna be a world champion. He said it right here on the channel. In 3 years, we're gonna be a unified or even undisputed champion. I have no doubt in my mind.
His words.
That's right.
Put it down in your book. We're gonna put it down in our book.
Hey, look, I got my pen, and we're about to put that.
I got mine.
Oh, yeah, you so much of a Bama. You try to be like me, Joe. Got your pen. So much of a Bama. Y'all see that she out here trying to be like me, copy my style. But you know she gonna have on some shades. But
nah, you got the wrong one.
But nah, real talk, y'all. We really appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Special shout out to everybody who came through. K-Dog Champ, thank you, Champ. I really appreciate you guys. Man, Big Money, Walk Daddy Ice is still in the building, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna send you your check, Walk Daddy, for sticking in with us, Champ. But yeah, Shu Shu, man, he is definitely a jewel to have in the boxing game.
Yeah, that was a great interview. Great interview.
Yes, I look forward to
him.
Yes,
yeah,
I interviewed him like a year ago. He had fought on he had just had a fight. It was the second fight when we talked to him last.
Yeah.
He said, just call me Big Money. That's right, Big
Money. Okay, Big Money.
Hey, look, when I'm out there winning that money at the casino, I'm gonna think about you, Big Money. Just slide that money, champ.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm glad we finally got to get him on. I know he's had a busy schedule, so we finally got him.
That's right. Shu
Yeah.
Shu was
And
in the building.
it was worth the wait.
That's right. Special shout out to my man Jamal Hill. Wheels are still. Hey Jamal.
What's up, Jamal?
Hold up, Kiki. I got a special gift for Jamal. Wheels of Steel. I got a special gift for him.
You see that, Jamal? He coming for you. He coming for you, Jamal.
That's right. For all you cowboy haters, this one is for you. Y'all see my background. That's right. Cowboy Nation is in the building. Kiki, any last words? What stood out to you the most out of this interview? I'm just curious.
Oh gosh. I don't know. Everything was just good about the interview. I mean, I just loved everything. He's such an intelligent young man. Just how he speaks. He knows his boxing. Of course, he knows boxing because he's in boxing, but he just knows everything. He's just good. I just loved everything about the interview. Yeah, I just like and you know what did stand out about me, and me and you have talked about this before. He appreciates that the person interviewing him has done their research. Yes. And is not just sitting up there having him on just to have him on the show or to get, likes and stuff like that. But they actually are interested in him and know about, his boxing. That I really appreciated that. And I like what he said. And that was true. And me and you talk about that a lot. When you have someone on the show, you should know about them. You don't have them on just to have them on. Yeah. So I appreciate I like what he said. And it made the interview much better, and he was comfortable with it, and it was a good interview. Like he said, it wasn't like an interview; it was like he was just talking to us, sitting down having a conversation because we knew about him.
Yes, and I think one thing that stood out to me, it made me feel appreciative of spending my lunch break researching these guys. Somebody that really plays homage to that. So that's what stood out to me is just the boxing IQ. And how he got everything planned out, man.
Yeah. And I stay on, Instagram and Facebook and stuff, researching people. But ever since we've been doing the show and talking to you and stuff and getting more involved, you made me want to do more research, more research on the people that we're gonna have. Really? And I do that. And I found out a lot of information. So I appreciate that.
Oh, I didn't know that, but you're welcome.
Whatever.
You learn something new every day, y'all. You learn something new every day.
And then I do, I research on my own anyway, but I'm just saying, more and more I get involved and the more talking to you, and things of that nature, I do more and more research. And I actually find out a lot of information. Like I know, like when we were doing the panel and I was running the panel for the tank card, like I did this on my own, but sitting there watching like the press conference and the weigh-in and not the weigh-in, but the press conference and the media workout, I learned more and more about the fighters, and that helped me, do the show when we did the panel, because I had a lot of information I got from watching some of those things. So
that's right, man. Special shout out to Tony K. My man Wheels is still in the building. Hey Jamal, you see that star right there, champ? I moved aside so you can see the full star. That's right. Cowboy Nation is in the building.
And for everybody in here, make sure y'all follow us on all our social media handles if you haven't already. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Live with Liteskin Lou, Twitter at Live with LSL. What else? Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you already haven't done that. And thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We had a great show.
Jamal says, "Stop it, Kiki."
What I do, Jamal? What I do?
That's my man. Wheels is still, man. He a Commanders fan to the end. But guess what? Y'all gone fishing, y'all. Y'all with Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley, gone fishing, champ.
Oh man.
But now, real talk in closing, man. I really appreciate you guys on a week in and week out basis. coming and kicking it with me and Kiki. It makes it easy for us to have people that we know and we respect and love to come in and kick it with us. It's 10:30 at night. You guys still in here. We really appreciate that. So with that being said, man,
2 hours.
That's right, 2 hours, man. I don't work overtime for a lot of people, but Shu Shu is a guy who I would have stayed on here 3 hours for.
Yeah,
real talk. Talk.
You ain't lying because you like to talk too. I was like, woo.
Yeah, me and Shu Shu was going. Look, the door swing both ways. He was talking to me. I was talking to him.
I'm just teasing. I was having a flashback from the first media credential.
What you talking about?
When you was taking.
Oh yeah, that took over. Yeah, I apologize for that, y'all. That was
pictures on that media thing.
You talking about after the
people was waiting? It's like, no, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first rodeo. I didn't know no better.
I know.
And look, and I deeply apologize. So if y'all in here and y'all was at the first night, I apologize for that. I ain't know that was my first rodeo, and I truly apologize for that.
Nah.
But in ending, y'all know the words. Y'all hear every week. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always live your life to the fullest, because tomorrow is not promised to you. You know what? Right. You fired. But anyway, have a good night, y'all. And we really appreciate it. We up out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversations so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.